Hey guys, it's Mackenzie, your mommy's media medium, coming back at you on this Tuesday, May 7th. I did it, guys. I am cutting it really close. It's 3:52 p.m. and I got to go pick up my kid in like 40 minutes. So I am cutting it so close, it's not even funny. But I am here, like I said I was going to be here, giving you the glory of my voice on this somewhat perfect of a Tuesday afternoon. What can I say other than just like any other time that I'm going on vacation, I have like 5 million things that I try to fit into one specific day, and today is that day. I had a spin class at noon. I had to go pick up some Mother's Day cards that I forgot to pick up on Sunday. My son has a little gym class that we're trying out for the first time. Why I scheduled it for today, I'm not sure. But of course, I scheduled it for today. And because I was also trying to give you guys a regular episode, I've been doing all these random filler shows. I wanted to give you a regular episode, and I didn't have templates. Like I said from the last podcast, I wanted to actually have a template so I can write all my stuff down and do a regular podcast. And I went to my husband's job because we don't have a printer here. Or actually, we do have a printer here. I don't know why I just lied. We do have a printer. There's nowhere to set the printer up, so it just sits in the basement and it's collecting dust. So anyway, I had to go to my husband's job to get him to print out some templates for me, and ended up talking to Joanna for about an hour and a half. About nothing, literally nothing, which is what Joanna and I do all the time. But still, it's like I'm on a time crunch and I should have been here doing a podcast, taking a shower because I'm kind of stinky. And instead, I sat there for an hour with a rumbling belly. I'm still hungry right now, as a matter of fact. I've only had a coffee, a granola bar, and a yogurt drink. That's all I've had. And 48 ounces of water. Yeah, that's enough to live off of, especially doing a spin class early in the afternoon. So anyway, but I'm here. I'm doing the podcast, and instead of like rambling on, I should probably just get to it. That's what people do with podcasts. If they have actual notes and things that they're supposed to talk about, they talk about them. So I'm going to get to it. I will say I am here, which is good, because last podcast it was up in the air on whether or not I was actually going to make it through the day. I did end up watching the Avengers, and it was bloody awesome. It was so good. I don't want to say it's my favorite of all the Marvel movies, because it wasn't, but I mean, every emotion, every feel that you thought that you could feel, you're going to feel it watching this movie, especially if you've seen all the other ones. I feel like, and this is something I'm never going to have the time to do, but watching Endgame made me want to go back and watch all of the other ones, because they kept putting in little tidbits from this movie, from Iron Man 2, or from the first Captain America. Like, there's all these little bits and pieces that if you hadn't seen the originals, you could probably do without, but at the same time, it's nice to have those little baby Easter eggs thrown in there so you can say, oh my God, I remember that, or oh my God, that is so important to this story, even though at the time when I was watching it, it didn't even seem like something that would even come up later on down the line. So I really loved it. And again, I am so sad that it's over, hypothetically. I mean, we still have Black Panther, which, hey, I'm wearing my Black Panther shirt today. Holla, represent. Black Panther still has, I think, a release date for like 2020, maybe 2021. So we still have bits and pieces of the Marvel characters that will still have their own little thing. But I think Avengers as a team, they're done. And I won't give any spoilers away because I hate spoilers, even though at this point the director and the producers of the film say it's fair game. People can give spoilers. I won't do that to you, but know that you should not watch the newest trailer for the Spider-Man movie that's supposed to come out in July, because the first 10 seconds, not even the first 10 seconds, literally the first 2 seconds of the trailer, it gives away a big plot point that happens in Avengers. So you do not want to watch the new trailer for Spider-Man, and you do not want to go see Spider-Man without seeing Avengers Endgame, because, I mean, one, it doesn't make sense to do that. I mean, they're all I don't know. I mean, I guess if you like one universe more than you like another universe, and you maybe don't like Avengers, which doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense in my brain, so I'm gonna act like it doesn't make sense in your brain either. But you could be a person who just likes Spider-Man. Maybe your kid just likes Spider-Man but doesn't like Iron Man, doesn't like the Hulk or whatever. That's fine. But know that if you either A, go watch the trailer for the new Spider-Man movie, or B, go see the new Spider-Man movie, it will ruin Endgame for you. So just know that going in, and I guess you should be okay. Yeah. One thing that I will say about the movie that kind of irked my nerves, I did make it just before the movie started, which was great. I skipped all the previews. I love previews, but at the same time, I don't need to spend 20 minutes in a movie theater surrounded by people that I don't know and waste my time watching previews when I can do them here at my house in the comfort of my own home and on my couch. But the people sitting next to me, and then I'll wrap this up. The people sitting next to me were a couple, a young couple, and from the moment that I walked in the movie theater, okay, like I said, I came in on the very last trailer, which was for Star Wars, which I'm so excited for too. Ooh, and it's over. You know, another movie's going to be over. A whole trilogy worth of stuff is going to be done until they try to reboot it again in some way, shape, or form, because you know people can't let stuff die. But yeah, this couple, from the moment that I walked in, because the place that I go to see my movies at an AMC around the corner from my house, they have the reclining chairs, which is pretty nice. You could just sit and kind of like recline back and whatever. But this couple, they were already reclined back, so they kind of had to move out the way for me to shimmy on past, because they give you just enough room to, you know, recline, but you can't really get past if you're trying to get to your seat. And this couple, it was a boy and a girl, she, young love, the entire movie, she had her body laid on top of his body. Not like on top, but like, and I'm motioning. I don't know why I'm motioning. You guys can't see me. But she is on his left side, and she has her body draped on top of him and her legs on top of his body. And the entire movie, you can see this guy is uncomfortable. Okay, this is a 3-hour movie. They got there well before the previews started, so they were probably all hugged up the entire time. And he just kept trying to shift, and he'd shift, and she'd shift. But it's like, you know, you're not at home in your bed. Okay, calm down. You can sit and watch a 3-hour movie without being hugged up on your boyfriend. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm old curmudgeon when it comes to love, and it's like, you know, comfort over like, I don't even know. But I don't know if you're trying to prove a point to everybody around you. You're trying to prove a point to yourself that you guys like are in love. But you literally can watch a movie without being on top of each other. It can be done. And I can only imagine like what their relationship is like. Like, do they hold hands like 24/7? If he's not touching her or she's not touching him, they feel like they're out of whack. I mean, that's the classic case of like codependency in a relationship. And that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. But still, it was just like, it was mind boggling to me because I kept seeing this guy squirming. And I feel like maybe he wanted to tell her like, bitch, get off me. But, but like, she probably would have been offended. It probably is something that they talk about all the time. And, you know, he just has to put up with it. And it's like, man, girl, give the dude some space, because I'm feeling claustrophobic with you on top of him this whole time. But anyway, yeah. All in all, I did love Endgame. It was a great movie. I did involuntarily cry at the ending. And I mean, you guys know me. I'm not a mushy person. I'm not an emotional person. One would say that I keep my emotions like deep down to the bottom of the depths, as far down as you can go. I deal with things how I deal with things, but I'm not a crier. And yeah, man, involuntary tears, just like Niagara Falls, just like coming down. I couldn't stop them. And I didn't want to be that person that's like, you know, crying in the movie theater. So I didn't even wipe the tears away. I just pretended they weren't even there. I was just like, okay, we're just going to sit here. They'll dry up on their own. The lactic acid in your tears is good for your skin anyway. So we'll just let it streak on down. I'm good with that. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to today's show. Cause yeah, I got like 25 minutes. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out was, and it's staring my face, and that's the reason why I'm pointing it out. I did tell you guys that, I can't remember, maybe it was like the first of the year, maybe the end of the year, when I was first coming back for the podcast after not doing the podcast for so long. I was saying like I didn't feel myself. I felt weird and I couldn't pinpoint it. Funny thing, I take hum pills, and if you're new to the show, you may not have gone all the way back. And I said I was going to look this up, but of course, you know, I didn't. But one of the episodes that I did, and I probably don't even want you to go back don't even do it. Just listen to me as I talk right here. Don't even look in my category because after listening to my old episodes, I fear telling anybody to go backwards. But one of the episodes I did talk about the pills that I take on a daily basis that I get from Hum Nutrition. It's not Hum, the thing that you plug into your car, but it's Hum Nutrition. And you take a little quiz talking about your lifestyle and the things that you want to improve about your skin and your body and whatever. And they recommend these pills. And one of the things that they recommended was Moody Bird, which was supposed to be for your monthly ally against PMS. But the main reason why I take it is because it has things like dong quai, which I love saying dong quai, and chaseberry in it, which is good for endometrial health. It's good for your uterus and all that. I was diagnosed with endometriosis a year before I conceived my son. So it's a big thing to have like great uterine health for my diagnosis. So I started taking this, and one of the things that I did find that, I feel like, and I could have been making it up in my head, but I did feel like it did help with, my mood swings. There were a couple of times that felt like I was a little bit too amped up. And you guys know in the last couple of podcasts, I've been picking bones left and right with people. I was picking bones with my niece about Beyonce. Like, who does that? Apparently me. But yeah, so my Moody Bird, and I've been trying to make it a point to take my pills. I wasn't taking my pills on a regular basis, and I mean any of my pills, my multivitamin, my DHT blocker, my daily cleanse that also comes from Hum that was supposed to help me with my body odor. Because again, if you're new, hey, I had body odor once I got pregnant that I couldn't get rid of, and this helps me get rid of it. TMI? Probably, but that's what you're here for. So anyway, I have probably for the last month been taking my pills on a regular basis, and I've been really proud of myself. And I got my newest order from Hum this past weekend, and I'm like sitting there combining my pills because I didn't completely finish the last bottles. And I look and I realize my Moody Bird is not my Moody Bird. My Moody Bird has been switched out for Wingman, which is the same color on the box as my Moody Bird. And this is the reason why I feel like maybe I have him in myself, because who knows how long I've been using this Wingman, which the Wingman is widely used for liver detox and dark circles. I don't need a liver detox. I don't drink that much alcohol. I mean, I have been drinking a little bit more alcohol than normal over the last 2 weeks, so this has probably been helping. But at the same time, I don't normally drink a lot of alcohol on a regular basis, so this is not doing me any good. Like, I don't need my liver detox. I need my dong quai so that my uterus is a healthy environment to not turn on me and make me into a crazy person. So, oh my God, I really can't believe that I did this. I mean, I can, but then it's just like, I feel like that might be the reason. And I hate to put too much stock into something as simple as a pill that's not like actually for like mental health, you know what I mean? Like someone who's actually taking Ativan or something like that is using it for mental health, and you can see a difference. But I mean, I feel like with my Moody Bird, it was helping me regulate my crazy, and my crazy has not been regulated for quite a long time. Some people have been on the other end of that recently, and I'm sorry to those people. I want to make amends if you have been on the other end of me and my craziness, because I haven't been taking my pills regularly. So it's not my fault, really. It's the pill's fault. So I just wanted to clear that up, that, yeah, maybe that is the reason, because I really don't know how long. Again, something I'm supposed to look up, but I just haven't had a chance. But yeah, the reason why I had taken it off is because I hadn't been taking them on a regular basis, so it didn't make sense to order it. So I took it off my order 1 month, and then I guess when I went to go put it back on, I just looked at the color and not the actual description of what it was. And I have been taking Wingman for who knows how long. I know in the last 2 weeks, like I said, I combined the bottles, and I went to take a Moody Bird, and I kind of dump them out of my hand to get one, and I realized one of these is a different color than the other one. that's weird. I'm like, oh, they must have made a mistake. And then I take some from my backpack because I keep some in my purse or whatever, just in case I'm out and I need to take it. And I've noticed that has a different color than what's in the bottle. Like there'll be one or two that are off from the other ones. And I'm like, that is so weird. They really need to get on their game. No, it's because I'm mixing the pills up. So who knows how long I've been taking the Moody Bird and the Wingman. I don't know. My life is a full-on mess. But we are going to get it together. It is May. 2019 is not completely over. We still have time to get our stuff together, right? And that's what I plan on doing. Maybe sometime soon. So anyway, getting back to it, getting back to the show. Topic number 1 is binge till you drop. I recently started watching Dead to Me with Christina Applegate and Linda Cardellini. Oh my God, it's so good, guys. So good. If you like a good dramedy, this show is completely for you. I love a good mix of comedy and drama. Why? Because the two don't go together at all, but in a tragic way, they do. You know, I've always said in the past, you can have tragedy in your life, but it's always good to laugh or try to figure out how to laugh about that tragedy, if that makes any sense. I'm one of those weird people. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but I am one of those people that if I'm in an argument with somebody or something is really, really serious, unless I'm crying about it, I probably have a really awkward smile about it, which is weird, right? And I thought that for the longest time, there was just something wrong with me. Now I realize there's a lot of people who are afflicted with it. It's, the name is slipping me, but basically it's a, crap. I hate when I do that. So whatever. Basically, if I'm uncomfortable or if something is so, I don't want to say so tragic because, you know, if something really is hitting me, I'm going to cry about it. But I think more times than not, if it's an uncomfortable feeling of sadness, I can't help but like smile or laugh, which is very odd. And it wasn't until I saw an episode of Modern Family where apparently Claire has that particular affliction too. And they said what it was, and I can't remember. And I wasn't planning on talking about it, so that's why I can't remember. But yeah, just so you know, if we ever get in an argument together, I might at some point smile randomly in the middle of that argument. And it's not because I'm laughing at you or I'm trying to make fun of you. It's because I literally am so uncomfortable by the fact that we're arguing that I have to smile. Anyway, getting back to it. So yeah, it's a dark comedy produced by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, who brought you Funny or Die. I love these guys. Of course, I love Will Ferrell. You can't be in your 30s and not like Will Ferrell. I mean, I guess you can be, but if you like comedy, if you like silly comedy, which, you know, Will Ferrell sometimes goes over the top with it, but sometimes he brings it right to where you need it to be, and I love it. But yeah, I thought it was weird that the two of them produced this, but at the same time it kind of makes sense that they're producers of it. But yeah, this is one of those Netflix originals, original content that Netflix keeps trying to put out that's making me have to pay an extra $3 a month for, and I'm not having it. But at the same time I'm having it because obviously I'm watching the brand new content. I mean, I might as well, right? I mean, they're forcing my hand to watch something because I'm paying that extra $3. I have to at this point. But yeah, I watched Dead to Me in 2 nights. There were 11 episodes or 12 episodes. I think there's 11 episodes, and I watched 7 back to back on Sunday night. I stayed up till 1:30 when I knew I should be in bed, and I stayed up and watched 7 episodes, and then I cleared another 4 last night and stayed up till midnight. So obviously I have more time on my hands than I think that I do, you know, if I can sit and watch 11 episodes of a new TV show back to back. But yeah, I am in love with this show. If you have a chance, go on Netflix, download that B. You will not be disappointed. There's so many twists and turns and, you know, all kinds of stuff going on. The first episode, I mean, you know something's amiss within the first maybe 15 minutes. And then as it goes on, you're like, it's unraveling. And then by the end of the episode, you're like, yep, I'm done. I'm hooked. And of course, it ends with a cliffhanger, which, okay, so I have a bone to pick, with the fact that it ends with a cliffhanger. Only because all of these shows, they do these new shows on primetime television. They do new shows on Netflix, you know, Amazon Prime Video, Hulu, whatever. and they leave you with a cliffhanger, and you have to wait to see if they're going to renew something. And when they don't renew it, then you're left with this cliffhanger of like, okay, I want it resolved. And you guys know, I've told you this before, if you're new to my podcast, I try to make it a point not to watch shows during their first season because I feel like I'm the kiss of death. Anytime in the past that I've watched a new show right when it starts, like, it gets canceled. So I try not to watch anything until it's already done with this first, maybe even second season, and it gets picked up again. And I'm like, okay, now I'll watch, because I feel like once I do, it gets killed. And I'll end up coming back to that in a second here with my second topic. But yeah, so I was really hesitant to like this show because I'm like, is Netflix going to keep it going? Especially now that I know that there's going to be a cliffhanger at the end. It's torture for me. Why do you guys do this to me, Netflix? If I'm paying an extra $3, I should get a say on what is being brought back and what is being let go. I really think that should be an option. Like, you should be able to, with your Netflix membership or whatever, say, you know what? I like this show. Let me rate it up. And if there's a lot of ratings up, you can't cancel it. That should be an option for every member. What am I paying? What am I paying now? What, $12.99? What? Wait, $11.99? Wait, no. I went from $10.99 to $13.99. Oh, you know, I should have some kind of stay. I should have some kind of stock in this company and be able to choose what you keep and what you don't keep. And piggybacking off of that is my next topic, which is my what? Santa Clarita Diet got canceled. Again, like I said, I try to wait till something has ended with the second season. I jumped onto Santa Clarita Diet after the second season started. Loved it. It was one of my top shows of, what was it, what year are we in? 2019. So it was one of my top shows of 2018. I binged that thing and I loved every minute of it. Season 3 premiered on the 29th of March. Less than 2 weeks later, Netflix was like, yeah, we're canceling it. Like, what? Are you kidding me? Oh. So again, I feel like where I jumped on, I kiss a death Santa Clarita Diet, and now it's done because I started watching it and I liked it and I thought it was funny. And even Rotten Tomatoes gave it a solid like 89% over the last 3 seasons, yet Netflix still canceled it. That brings me so much pain. So if you haven't seen Santa Clarita Diet, it's another Netflix original content that I'm paying all my money for, starring Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant. I've been a Drew Barrymore fan since Babies and Pacifiers. Like, I remember one of my first movies seeing her in was Firestarter. I was probably about like 5 and wanted telekinesis power. You know, I wanted to be able to like start fires and stuff like that. I couldn't, but I wanted it. What is it? Cat's Eye, the Stephen King one, where the cat was trying to fight some weird demonic like troll thing. That was weird. E.T. Like, I've grown up with Drew Barrymore in my household my entire life. So to see her have a vehicle and have it like as a main character and she's owning it and it's great. And then Timothy Olyphant, like, he always plays an a-hole. And he's actually a decent guy in this one. And he's likable. I've never had him be likable in any of the shows that I've seen in the past. And now he's likable, and I'm like, oh, they canceled it. So apparently, when I was reading the article about Santa Clarita Diet being canceled, Netflix has a thing about canceling shows on their 3rd season. That is not something that is new. They do this all the time. And again, Santa Clarita Diet ended on a cliffhanger, and it's like, if you know that Netflix has the habit of canceling shows after 3 seasons, with the exception of Orange is the New Black. Orange is the New Black is on its 7th and last season, which is supposed to premiere sometime in the next couple of months. But still, if you know that the majority of the shows on Netflix get canceled after 3 seasons, why would you leave it on a cliffhanger? Come on, guys. Like, my 2019 keeps going up, down, up, down, up, down. My emotions are all over the place. And right now, I need my Moody Bird more than ever. And the bottle's empty. It's empty. I took my last pill last night. That's not going to do me any good. It really isn't. But yeah, so I am really sad about Santa Clarita Diet getting canceled. And I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to see if Dead to Me gets renewed. And I don't even know if, I mean, it just premiered. I don't know if they're going to release, because they're Netflix. I don't understand their numbers. I don't know when they say like things are going to be canceled, things are going to be renewed, because their stuff comes out all willy-nilly. It's not like primetime television where shows get renewed at the end of the TV season, which is around April or May, which that list should be coming out. There's a couple of different networks that have already canceled shows, which is like, whew. Nobody I know. You know what I mean? I feel like there's all these shows that I already know that are going to end. Jane the Virgin is ending this year. What else is ending this year? I think that's the only thing that's ending for me this year. Yeah. Modern Family is next year. Supernatural is next year. And Supernatural, I've grown up with them like for the last 15 years. As a matter of fact, the other day, my Time Hop sent me like my reminder of my photos, and Joanna and I went to go see them. We met them when I was heavily pregnant with Chicky. I was huge, so very pregnant. And as a matter of fact, had Braxton Hicks contractions upon coming into contact with them and taking photos with them, which, could have sent myself into labor, but I didn't. But at the same time, I had like pre-labor contractions, just meeting the guys. And yeah, that's going to be a sad one. And I'm getting off topic. But anyway, so yeah, that's my what? Santa Clarita Diet got canceled literally 2 weeks after the third season premiered. And not in a good place. Not in a good place. And to end the show, oh my God, I am doing record time and I am erratic. I'm very erratic. I don't feel like I'm done. I don't feel like I've done this show any justice because it's like so compact. But it'll have to be how it is because I don't know what else to do. I got like 10 minutes before I gotta go pick up that kid. So to end the episode with my, have you heard that Meghan Markle had her baby? I was way too excited about that. Yes, guys. She finally had her baby. It felt like she was pregnant for like 75 years. And she finally had the baby. I hate when they do that to celebrities. Like when somebody announces that they're pregnant and then it feels like towards the end, it's like, seriously, you're still pregnant? But I feel like the mothers at the same time are like, seriously, I don't want to be pregnant anymore either. But, you don't have to make me feel like crap for still having a baby in my belly. She gave birth. The Duchess of Sussex gave birth to a baby boy on May 6th in the early hours. And he is a healthy 7 pounds, 3 ounces. They haven't announced what his name is yet. I hope it's something glorious. I hope it's something non-traditional. These royal watchers, like there's so many people that are so shady. I follow this guy who is hilarious, by the way. His name is Gary Janetti. He has a whole Instagram account dedicated to basically being the voice of Prince George, but Prince George being a little catty brat. But it's hilarious, and he's been picking at Meghan, for the last couple of months that she's been pregnant. But it's in a funny way. But then when you go into the comment section, there are people who like legit do not like this girl, and I don't, for the love of Allah, God, whatever, I don't understand their dislike for her other than the fact that, she's black, and not even full black, she's half black. But, there's a lot of people who, they don't realize how racist they are and they try to make it into something that it's not. And yeah, they keep saying like, oh, well, whatever baby that they have, whether it's a boy or a girl, it'll still be like 100th in line to the throne. It's like, well, maybe they don't care if their baby is 100th in line to the throne. Like, obviously you're the only one who cares. Calm down, friends, calm down. But yeah, I said this, and again, if you're new to this show, I gotta stop saying that. If you're new, you just gotta catch up. You gotta go with the flow with things. But I said it when they got engaged and when they got married. I couldn't wait for them to start procreating, to have little mixed children. This is the first multiracial baby in the British monarchy's recent history. There's probably some bastard children back in the day that nobody wants to talk about. But the fact that this is the first multiracial baby in a long time, and it's 2019, that says a lot, and even though I think I read that the British population is like 87% white. The multiracial population is growing rapidly because of all the immigrants, and that's why they did the Brexit, and they're trying to keep all the immigrants out. But yeah, it's a big thing for them to have a baby, and I was elated when I found out that she was having a baby, and I'm elated that she had a baby, that he's healthy, and that they're breaking all the tradition. You know what I mean? They are not doing the photo op outside of the hospital like Will and Kate. And the thing is, Will and Kate have to do these things. They are the future king, and what I think her name is going to be Queen Mother. She won't be officially queen. She'll be Queen Mother. But it's like they are the official like people who are about to take over the throne in probably less than 20 years. So they have to follow tradition. Harry and Meghan don't have to, and I love that because they don't have to, they're not gonna. And people are giving them crap for it, and I say, go ahead. People are gonna hate you if you do. People are gonna hate you if you don't. So you might as well do what you want to do in the process and be happy instead of trying to make everybody happy, because you know what? Doesn't matter how much you try, you can never 100% make everybody happy. So you might as well be true to yourself. Unless being true to yourself means that you're like a mass murderer. And then at that point, it's like, you know, all bets are off. You should probably get some help. But that's it, guys. That's today's show. I am sorry that it's probably not going to make any sense. I'm going to have to do a lot of heavy editing on this B. You know, I guess it is what it is. I tried to get one on the books, and maybe I should have skipped it. I could also skip taking my kid to Little Gym, but I'm not going to do that to him. I made it a point to say that I was going to take him today, and it's my fault that I'm behind. So I'm just going to go with the flow and hope that you don't hate this episode as much as I know that I'm going to hate it when I go back to edit it. As you know, you can follow me on Instagram as Mommy's Media Medium. You can follow me on Twitter as Ms. McKenzie. And this coming Sunday is Mother's Day. So I just want to make it a point to tell you to wish every mother, each and every mother in your life, a happy Mother's Day. Even if they are not your mother, it is still polite to say Happy Mother's Day to a friend, to a family member. If you know your local barista is a mom, you know, give them a shout out. They really do appreciate it. As a mom, I appreciate when someone says Happy Mother's Day. You know, it's stupid. It's a tradition that was probably made up by the greeting card industry, because I bought a gaggle of cards in the last couple of days. I get it. But at the same time, you know, everybody does need their day to be or feel like it's their day, whether it be a birthday, Mother's Day. It's giving a shout out to all the moms who break their backs every day for their families. You got to do what you got to do. But yeah, make it a point to say Happy Mother's Day, even if it's not your mother, because that irks nobody more than someone saying, well, you're not my mother. Why should I say Happy Mother's Day? Don't do it. Don't do it. Because again, I'm not on my moody bird. So what's liable to come out of my mouth? I'm not sure. So to all my mothers that are listening to this podcast today, Happy Mother's Day. And I will catch you guys when I get back into town. Fingers crossed. I'll try to keep it on track. But you know me, I did 5 episodes back to back. It only makes sense that I'm going to mess it up and not come back for about 4 months after that. So until then, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.
My mommy done talking now. Let's just yes, bye.